Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Elena from Mystical Magical Readings. I'm so grateful you have joined me. Thank you. This is our weekly reading. This is for everybody. So if you've come across this reading, it is for you. And there will be messages in here for you. Blessing and clearing and cleansing your energy, lifting off all of the heavy weight, lifting off all that baggage, letting that go, clearing and cleansing, blessing your energy field. Thank you so much. So thank you for subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If you enjoy this video and following along in the future, I'm so truly grateful for that. Now let's get straight to it. We have Mercury retrograde going on at the moment, which is the planet of communication, challenging us in how we communicate. And we also have, we're right in the middle of the eclipses. So we've got another week and then we have the solar eclipse coming in to end that eclipse sort of doorway of opportunity, as Elizabeth Peru says. So eclipses bring change and there's a lot of heaviness, there's a lot of challenge. It basically creates that new moon and full moon feeling times 10. So there will be a lot of shifts, a lot of challenges coming in, and communication is going to be highlighted now that we have Mercury in retrograde. So I'm seeing a lot of power plays coming out now, and I'm getting a checkerboard. So it's really about, it's kind of like there's not as many intense things to look at as in a chess game, but with checkers, you can go, oh, cool, this is a really good move. I can jump over and get their chip there. And then they go boom, 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 and the game's over. So it's like a really, if you make a quick decision, there's going to be a very, very quick outcome, and it may or may not be in your favor. So think things through before you act this week. Zoom out and look at the bigger picture. That is a definite energy that I'm picking up on. And this is in terms of any relationship dynamics where you're feeling challenged. I'm getting that whatever is going on, something might have already come up in this challenging perspective last week. So you're quite aware of the lesson, I guess, so to speak, that this eclipse doorway is giving you. And now with Mercury also joining in retrograde, it's all going to be about how you communicate moving forward. Think of the middle path. Think of what is it that I am needing to do in this scenario? What is it that this other person is wanting me to do in this scenario? And where is the middle way? Where is that middle path where we both compromise a little bit, whether they want to compromise or not, or whether you want to make them aware that they're compromising or not, or whether you want to even give them an option to compromise or not, or you just put that boundary in. Where can you give a little so that you're doing sort of the middle path? This is the peaceful way when there's challenges, and I'm seeing two bull heads butting heads now. So I'm getting that there's a big head butting scenario going on. A lot of you, this will be from work. A lot of you, this could be from a family member. I'm getting about 50% at work and 50% a family member. And I'm getting a father figure in that family member too. So that's where those challenges come in. Very masculine energy with this challenge. Where can you jump in and become that divine source of masculine parenting for yourself, and that sort of go ahead and can do attitude and getting it done whilst sticking up for yourself at the same time, essentially. So let's get some cards out. It is going to be a challenging week. But the key here I'm getting is very much, look at that, endings coming in on the bottom of the deck. There's the death card. That's what we need to know. And there's that doorway of opportunity. I love how Elizabeth Peru calls the eclipse, in between eclipses, the doorway of opportunity into a new life room. You're literally cutting the cords from an old room that no longer serves you. There's a new door that's opened. It's got full of new brand new opportunities, and you can walk through that door there and really enjoy the new coming in, which is really, really exciting. But, you know, when you're going through those endings or when you're going through those challenges and things don't seem to be going your way, it can be really, really, really disconcerting while you're going through it. So let me get these cards out for you all. Give me 1 second. And please excuse me, I do have a bit of a cold at the moment. Things have been pretty hectic as well, busy, you know, and things are going round, little lurgies are going round. All right, let me just check if you can see all these cards, beautiful people. Yes, let me move them down a little bit and we'll be good. Wonderful, okay. So having a look at this, we've got the Three of Swords coming in here. So There's something that's happened that is kind of upsetting you. Things might be coming up from the past, over the past few years, for release, for healing, for letting go. And you really need some time to process that. This is processing grief, this card with the Three of Swords. And it's processing grief in your own time with this bird of hope outside the window, and the journal there, and your angels there in the feather representing your support. You are supported, and it's safe to feel it, to heal it, is what I'm getting with this card. As well as that, there's all these challenges coming in from eclipses as well, and from Mercury retrograde that's just started, and it can just feel like a lot. So what your guides want you to do at the moment is let go of kind of like the stuff that's happening in your day-to-day when you can, and look at the bigger lessons that are coming up for you that are ready for release and healing. This could be stuff that has happened from years ago that you're finally like, why am I thinking about that right now? That's really strange. But it's something that you're ready to detach from. You're ready to cut the cords with that scenario. You're ready to fully forgive yourself. You're ready to fully forgive others. You're just ready to let it go. You don't want to be thinking about it anymore. You're ready to let it go. You've learnt your lessons from whatever this was, and it would have been some sort of heartbreaking, grieving situation. So your guides are wrapping their wings around you. Your angels are wrapping their wings around you while you're going through this. But don't let the chaos of your everyday stop you from doing this work, because eclipse season is a really beautiful time to let the grief go and let it out. You know, your feeling is amplified times 10, which means you can release and embody and heal and let go times 10, which is awesome. So you kind of fast track it, and then you do end up properly cutting that cord. Journaling is a really good way to move through that. So I can see in the background here, when you get your own time, you're really grieving, but you're letting it go. You're not holding on to it, which is nice. You're doing your work, my guide team are telling me. You're doing your work to heal what you need to heal within yourself, and they're really proud of you for doing that. So keep doing that work. Keep giving yourself that time to do that. It's working. And just when you feel like it's not working and it's not doing anything, that's just before you get the new dawn coming in with the hope and the feeling of freshness, and that you have let it go. So don't doubt yourself. You're not wallowing in any way. You are moving through it. And there could be some really huge aha moments coming in as you do this healing work this week. This could be, so this is why with this dynamic that's going on with this person in my life at the moment, they're highlighting to me a brother, they're highlighting to me a father for some of you, and they're holding the sword up. They're also highlighting a partner for some of you as well. Whatever you're healing from here and working through and letting go, you might have learnt responses from then that kind of have made you respond in a certain way to get you in this scenario with this current challenge that the eclipses are bringing up right now for you. And you're learning to not people please anymore. You're having grand aha moments, and you're stepping into this new realm of opportunity and this new realm of how you navigate your life. Now you're no longer attached to whatever it was that kept you small in the past. And it's a very, very empowering time. So this week you're going to have moments where you feel like you're really in it, and it's heavy and it's a lot, and you're releasing, and then you're going to have these real big aha moments. It's going to be very sort of down and then up, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. It's a bit of a roller coaster as you move through your work. A really great way to bring yourself back into alignment will be to get creative and fill your own cup, doing things that make you happy, doing things that make your soul shine, and really working on that. This could also be a little bit of a heart flutter for some of you in terms of new love if you're single. There could be a little spark or a heart flutter around somebody perhaps at work, or that you meet doing something that you love creatively. This could be dancing, singing, painting, walking, something in the community where you meet other people. Could be on chat forums. I'm not really getting that it's on a dating site. I'm getting that it's more a natural thing that you're doing something that you love and then you meet someone through that. Or you're doing something for work and you meet someone through that, and it's just this curiosity. I'm not seeing it bear into anything massive or anything like a date forming or anything like that, but it's a curiosity about someone. So someone sparked your interest if you are single. If you are in a relationship, I'm still getting that someone might have sparked your interest. But, you know, it doesn't have to be that you want to go out with them or anything like that. It could just be a new friend coming in that you're really curious about, and you'll be really in alignment with them. So I'm seeing new friendships forming, or the beginning of the possibility of new friendships forming, which are really cool here. Now, secrets are coming out with this High Priestess in reverse. This will definitely be in relation to what you're grieving, what you're going through. And I'm getting that you don't need to do anything with this scenario. Now, they're showing me family members, extended family members in this. And that it's very much, you don't need to do anything. Secrets are being revealed. And I'm getting, they're showing me being stabbed in the back. So people are hearing how you were stabbed in the back by other people, and they're very surprised by that. And they're kind of now working through their own stuff of how they treated you because of what they thought was the truth. So the truth is coming out, and your divine team are definitely backing you and making sure that truth comes out to these people, to these family members, to whatever happened, whatever this scenario is that you're grieving and you're working through, you're getting released from it. And other people are getting their aha moments in this and going, oh my God, I can't believe I treated her like that because I heard this and it's not even true, and all of this sort of stuff. So do be aware that that truth is coming out, that truth is being revealed. Someone may contact you in terms of wanting to become your friend again, or wanting to be back in your life if it's a family member or even an ex or something like that. I'm getting that might come back in, but I'm getting that it's done and dusted for you. You don't need any more of that. With this Ten of Swords, you're done. You've been done for a long time, and you've done your healing work now too. So you're not going to fall for anything. In terms of if that's an ex, I'm saying that's a really good thing. That you're saying no to that. If this is some sort of family member that was separated due to something happening in the family, I'm seeing that their behavior towards you, just in terms of how they treat you normally in an everyday scenario, wouldn't change. And that did keep you small. So it's not something that you might want to bring back into your life either. Your guides are letting you know that that is a totally okay choice for you to make. Don't feel like you need to have this person back in your life out of guilt. This could also be an old friend that you haven't heard of for years as well, wanting to get back in touch with you. You know, people, when you leave their life, they are really, they notice it. You know, because you've got a light, loving vibration. They notice that you're gone, and they miss you and they want you back. But, you know, some of them may have been feeding off your light in a certain way, and that's not something that you're going to do anymore because you've done your healing work in this situation. You've seen how you played small before, and you're not going to allow that to happen. I'm getting that song, I've Got the Power by Jessie J coming in. And I don't know if that's what the song's called. It's definitely the chorus. But really beautiful, and you're just empowering yourself, and you're not going to fall for it anymore. I'm getting someone doing this. No, my hands are dusted and done. I'm not going to fall for this anymore. You go do you. Thank you, but no thank you. And you're closing the door. And you're closing that door, cutting that cord so you can go and move forward in your life. Whereas if you keep this person in your life, if they do contact you, if they don't contact you, they're wanting to. Energetically, but you're also energetically just saying no. Now I'm getting here, there's something here where you don't feel on path and on purpose, but I'm getting reality check. Someone just said reality check here. So it might be like there's kind of a balance of you having to make money in some way in our money world that doesn't really feel aligned for you. But at the same time, you're kind of giving yourself enough time to do things that keep you in alignment. So you're giving yourself enough time to do that creative work. You're giving yourself enough time to do that study of what you love, or having those aha moments and all of this stuff. And I'm feeling like this feeling of a loss of purpose in your everyday, it's going to end. And it's going to end in a really interesting, different angle way, because you're no longer looking at life in terms of what you do for work is your purpose. You're looking at it in terms of how you are, and how you are towards other people is absolutely your purpose, which is being kind, right? and kind of going on that spiritual path with that. And this is empowering you to make great new decisions in terms of work. So you might be balancing sort of a day-to-day job with something that you really love doing, which is really, really busy work. It's really, really a lot, but at the same time, you absolutely love it. And right now you're in balance, and right now you are managing that in a really good way. It's the infinity. You are able to do this as long as you don't overdo it, and you understand that as well, which is really cool. So you're feeling really, really, really proud of yourself in terms of this, and you're getting what purpose is actually about these days. And what you used to think was your purpose and really important is now your creativity. And that has just shed a brand new light. They're highlighting that light, and it's letting go of the worry and the fear and all of that sort of stuff. Also, they're telling me that these people that the secrets are getting revealed to, who now feel guilty about how they've treated you, they, sorry, I've just totally mentally blanked. I do apologize. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so I'm not quite as... And it's Mercury retrograde, right? So I just totally blanked on what I was going to say. That's right. Thank you. It's back. Thank you, my team. I'm truly grateful. Yeah, whoever this is that's coming back into your life, they never really quite got your creative side. So since they've left, you're really able to bloom into this creativity because there's no one there naysaying about it, or you're not telling anybody that's going to naysay it. You're keeping that a secret, which is awesome. And this is helping you truly enjoy it and really get your full potential out of it, because you don't have to hide any aspect of yourself out of someone else judging you that is supposedly meant to care about you, but is actually just sitting in judgment. So that's really good. And your guides just want to remind you of that in terms of if anyone's trying to get back into your life, remember how you couldn't do this. Remember how you couldn't do your creative stuff. Remember how they would pretend to support you, but then they'd eye roll, you know, in the background. So do be aware of that, and don't be that fool. Don't fall for it. But I'm saying that you're totally not going to. You know that they will continue, you know, to stab you in the back, essentially, in terms of all of this creative stuff that you do. And this is the ending coming in now. So in this eclipse, I'm really seeing that ending come in terms of anybody who doesn't treat you with full dignity and respect and loves every part of you is gone. They're out, they're gone, and you're happy with that. And it's not bothering you. And it used to bother you, but because you've done your work, because you've done your healing work, and you're continuing to do so within yourself, and you're reparenting your beautiful inner child, I'm getting there's a lot of love and a lot of joy. And as the next negative person leaves your life, it's becoming a celebration rather than something that you're grieving, which is awesome and exactly how your divine team wants you to look at it. Let go of that guilt. It's not necessary. Moving forward during the week, there's going to be a lot of chaos. Now I'm getting whirlwinds in families. I'm getting a lot of family energy here. Again, a lot of work energy. This whirlwind is basically whirling away anything that is not great. So do prepare for tower moments. But I'm actually seeing the whirlwind moving around and you kind of jumping out of its way. And watching it, and then it comes this way, and then you kind of jump this way, and you're dodging it. And again, they're bringing that checkers board in. So think about it. When you see that whirlwind, jump around it. Make sure you jump your checkers around it, and you will have really nice outcomes. And don't be afraid to be on the move away from the whirlwind, because we've got the whirlwind here and then the Knight of Swords moving away. So the way that you can, if you see a way that there's a bit of a whirlwind in your life, a bit of chaos in your life or around you, if you can see a way out of that, don't feel that you have to rush in to the middle of the whirlwind and pull everybody else out, because that will be how you lose that checkers game very quickly and you get pulled into it. Your team wants you to jump away from the whirlwind, keep your checkerboard and bounce away from that whirlwind onto the next adventure, being your own hero. The Knight of Swords definitely does run in to save the day, moves very quickly, but we want you to move quickly away from the chaos, not into it. Now, everything about your ego is going to reel you into that chaos. So there might be someone gaslighting you at work. There might be a boss where you there's friction and you're wanting to stick up for yourself. Or there might be a parent or a child that's just pushing the boundaries and you're like, you're wanting to pull your hair out. You're wanting to tell them what's up and point your finger at them. That's when you pause. That's going into the whirlwind. Don't do that this week. Pause. Take some time out, go for a jog, do a meditation, do some creative stuff, do some journaling. Pause, pause, pause. And if you have to go through the whole next 7 hours, because it happens first thing in the morning at work or first thing during the lunch family catch up, whatever that is, pause, don't go there, because you are going to get an aha moment, which is a better way of navigating it. Or perhaps this person just needs to see that you ain't going to get gaslighted. You're not going to get gaslighted. You're just going to stay in your lane this week, focus on what you're doing in terms of your work and getting better and better at what you do. This is very much the week to observe, to watch, look at that whirlwind going around, but not get involved in it. That's the key, definitely. There are people around this week that are going to show up and they're going to be a bit narcissistic. They're going to be a bit corrupt. Everyone's shadow is shown during the eclipse doorways. So anybody who you think is a little bit dodgy, you're going to see it. And again, I'm getting that you're going to want to point your finger. Now's not the time to do that. So it's definitely time for you to observe that. But don't, as they're doing whatever it is, if you're feeling emotional and you want to go, I've caught you in the act, and kind of tell everybody around them that you've caught them in the act, that's going to backfire. I'm getting a cannon being fired and it's going like it's going to backfire. It's not going to work. But if you bide your time and wait for the right moment, which may be an hour after or a day after or a couple days after, it's going to be different for all of you. There's going to be the right time to speak up about that later. Okay. Either way, with all of this, with this shadow showing, with this person gaslighting, you just staying in your lane and doing whatever you need to do, cooking that dinner for the family, focusing on what you're doing in your day-to-day at your job, there's an ending that's going to come in for this regardless, and there will be the right time and the right way to speak to other people about it. But you've got to kind of cut your cords of emotion and reaction to it first. Channel that anger into passion for the best outcome for everybody, including this person who's being corrupt. Now, that's really challenging to do, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, everybody's wanting peace, joy, and happiness in their life. And whoever is acting corruptly, they are things aren't going well. They need to over control, that they feel threatened in their life for survival. So for some reason, whatever's going on with them, they're acting a little bit corrupt, they're acting a little bit narcissistic, they're acting a little bit gaslighty. So this is about your boundaries. This is about getting compassion for them, so that, because when you get a good outcome, that's a win-win for everybody, they're going to settle down. And it's going to be an outcome where you can cut that cord. Whereas if you go in guns blazing, pointing the finger at them, they're going to go you. And maybe that's going to create a lot of challenges, and you will be in that whirlwind if you do it that way. So as you see anything that you feel like is really not great and it's against your moral values and you want to speak up about it, whether that's at work or family member or whatever, I'm not getting it's a partner for this. I'm getting it's work or family, like a boss at work or a colleague at work or a family member in your hierarchy of your family. Take your own time. Take your own time. Don't react, just acknowledge and try to see, why this person would be acting like this in a place of compassion. We've got that wisdom, that owl there, and take that time to meditate on it. Take that time to journal about it and infuse your wisdom, infuse the wisdom of your guides, because this is how we choose a peaceful path. When you stop pointing the finger and stop judging, no matter how bad it seems, trust me, trust your guides. There's going to be a peaceful way out of it where they're happy as well. So, and this is where you come in. You come in as that guide. You come in as that wise person this week, and everybody's going to be really, really, really happy with that, because nobody wants this whirlwind, not even this person causing the chaos deep down. They might appear to want it, but they don't. Not really. That's a childhood trauma coming out in them. So there is going to be something chaotic happening 100% this week. It is not creating a tower moment though, because you are wise and you are going to pull back. You're not going to get involved. You're going to ride off on your broomstick. You're going to have your own time around your little campfire with your cats and your broomstick there as well, and your trees and your owl, and you're going to chill out. You're going to have a think about the best steps forward for you, and then you're going to think about how that would integrate for everyone around you that's in your direct everyday life as well. And you're going to look at the lesson here. What is the lesson that this person who's challenging you, who's acting unfairly, what's that lesson? How are you going to navigate this differently this time as to what you've just healed in this eclipse from the past? How did you used to react? How can you ensure you don't do that this time? How can you keep your power? Take that power back. Doing this work and doing this way this week is really going to help you break free from the fear, help you empower yourself. You're going to be really proud of yourself with the outcomes. And it really is about having that pause. So when someone's gaslighting you, don't let it happen, because they're waiting for you to be gaslit because they've got a plan after that to kind of, you know, maybe they're doing something, they don't want to get caught doing that. So they're trying to make it out like it was someone else's fault, and they're trying to make you that person, and you're not going to fall for that. So you're going to note the gaslight. You're not going to do anything about it. You're going to pause, and you're going to wait for your aha moment. You're going to wait for that guidance to come in. Then you'll step in as that beautiful King of Cups, sitting in your empathy and your compassion. And we will find out what happens in the next chapter the following week after this. Here's the pause, the Hanged Man. Here's that pause. When things aren't working out this week, especially at work, pause. There's a tower coming. Not this week coming up, but there is a tower coming from this whirlwind. Okay? So be ahead of that. Be ahead of that. Don't fall for it. Don't get involved. And you can not get involved. It's just about literally zipping your lips, biting your tongue when you're feeling reactive or frustrated. And then once you've processed that and channeled that into passion for your values, that's when you can speak up. And you know that time. You know when you've done that work. You know you, right? That way you're smashing the tower down from outside the tower at the right time. And again, a beautiful mantra this week: I am in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. I am in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. Let's finish off with a couple of runes. Big week this week. Okay, big week this week. They just want these two. How have they fallen? Let's have a look. So we have started off with, oh, gorgeous. Yes, this is ice. So there are challenges, there are frustrations, there are psychological blocks, there is gaslighting, and there are people this week that you need to ice out of your life, freeze them out of your life. And when the challenge comes in, I want you to freeze. You know that game, What's the Time, Mr. Wolf? And then you all walk forward, and then when the person turns around, you all freeze. That's what I want you to do when this challenge comes up. When you're ready to go, but they didn't, I want you to go and totally freeze. Stop yourself. Don't fall for it. You'll be right. And then we have the beautiful sun. We have the sun, we have success, we have goals realized, and honor. This is about standing in that beautiful light and being that guide for yourself and others around you, and really lighting that up and that allowing that success to come in. If you can navigate this situation wisely this week, my goodness, there is going to be so much success. You're going to be really proud of yourself because you spoke up in a way that will be heard and creates a beneficial outcome for everybody around you. That's what your team wants, and you'll get there as long as you pause and wait for that right time. That is it, beautiful souls. Thank you so much. I do have private bookings available. Everything you need to know to book in is in the video description. Thank you so much. I hope this reading was of benefit for you. Thank you for commenting on what was beneficial. And thank you for subscribing and liking this video and following along in the future. Have a beautiful week. You've totally got this. Let your guides help you. Let them work through you. And you will, this week will be an absolute breeze. Remember, dodge that whirlwind.